Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest co-host, Jess Hilarious, here with us this morning. What up, Jess?
Ain't nothing. What's up? What's up?
And let's get in some front page news. Teslin Figaro. Good morning, Tez.
Good morning, DJ NV and Jess, who's not the guest co-host. She told me to stop calling her the guest.
You damn right.
Some respect on this name.
You damn right. Well, let's get in some front page news. We got to send a rest in peace to Tina Turner.
Yeah, we celebrate the life of, I like to say celebrate the life, Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll. She said that's exactly how she wants to be remembered, and we have no problem with that. She passed away peacefully at 83 years old at her home in Switzerland. And, as we were all watching this happen and unfold, folks kept, kind of saying the same thing about, her life and her legacy. And I found this really interesting. In 2016, she had her kidneys failed and she was nearing death, and her husband, Erwin Bach, stepped in and donated his kidney to her to save her life. He said he did not want another woman. He said that basically he wanted to give her a gift. And so in 2019, after she recovered from that surgery and was feeling much better, this is what she had to say.
Yes, I'm 80. What did I think? How did I think I would be at 80? Well, I look great. I feel good. I've gone through some very serious sicknesses that I'm overcoming. So it's like having a second chance at life. I'm happy to be an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah.
So sad, man.
It is.
Yeah. Long life. 200 million records throughout her career. She retired in 2007. We all know about all of the challenges that she overcame. I'm going to check out her book. She has a book called Happiness Becomes You, a guide to changing your life for good. And I thought I just really started digging into her relationship. And I thought it was really sweet that she said her husband has never been intimidated by her career, her talents, or her fame. He shows me that true love doesn't require the dimming of my light. So I thought it was just really interesting, their love story. And so we have time. Let's play a little sample of her iconic music.
Yes.
Let's do it. What's love but a secondary motion? That's your secondary motion, right?
What's love got to do?
It's crazy. Last night as I was DJing, like I said, I'm out here in Aruba, and the DJ before me started doing a Tina Turner set, and you just forget so many records that she sang, and so many records that meant so much to you, so many records that my mom played as she was cleaning the house or as she was doing chores around the house, whatever it may be. So definitely rest in peace. Her life story, I know they did a couple of movies about it, so if you haven't got a chance, definitely check it out. And again, rest in peace to the icon, the legend, Tina Turner. And that is front page. Go ahead.
Let me say this right quick, just because we were talking about drivers, obviously, over the last couple of months. Well, not last couple, it feels like months, but the last couple of weeks. Her husband was a driver. He picked her up one night, and it was love at first sight. So he was sent to be her. Yeah, he was sent to be her driver. They were together 27 years. They were married for 10. And so, again, that book just really talks about how he was the best thing that she ever met. So,
wow. All right. Well, that is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset and you need to vent, call us up right now. Maybe you're working with somebody that's standing in front of the mic, but he just can't talk. Maybe that makes you upset. Maybe you're upset that when you look at the picture of him, all you see is a bunch of white men standing behind him. And maybe that's making you upset. I don't know. It seems like he's cheating on me. But anyway, get it off your chest. 800-5. What's what, Jess? What?
Oh, my God. Aruba got you turned up, okay? I know that's right, boo.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-host, Jess Hilarious, with us.
What's going on?
And let's get in some front page news. Teslin Figaro, you back, Tez?
I am back.
All right. Well, let's get it popping. Let's start with Ron DeSantis. What's going on?
Yeah, Twitter glitched during his much-hyped presidential announcement with Elon Musk. Let's listen to the report. We'll talk about it on the other side.
This evening's rollout on Twitter did begin with a technical issue and a crash. The event was delayed with those technical difficulties. In fact, this is what people heard when they logged on at 6 p.m. Eastern, which was the advertised start of the announcement.
Let's see. So, are we on? Yeah, I think so. Just to simplify this.
Well, it kept getting cut off. By the time it started, DeSantis made a joke that he broke the internet. Biden's campaign, while made light of DeSantis' tech troubles, tweeting, "This link works." And then the link went to a Biden fundraising page.
What are your thoughts on that, Tess?
Yeah, they can laugh at the glitches, all they want. But I listened to the entire thing. And of course, okay, it's funny, a glitch. But the bottom line is this man spent an hour having a very long, detailed conversation of that to his base. They were able to educate them. They were able to say things. One of the actual co-hosts said that they look at Ron DeSantis as a cool-headed, ruthless assassin to take on the woke mob. So it was an hour-long conversation of saying, this is what they need to do to get rid of, many things that he's already talked about, such as, banning books and ending diversity programs. And so it was a real time, to educate their base. And it actually made me very upset, Charlamagne, to be honest with you. But I've been talking for years about how, I wish shout out to the Breakfast Club for using their platform, to educate our voters. And I just don't think that we do that enough. And I'm not talking about Democrat or Republican. I'm talking about just Black people in general. They talked about education. They talked about transportation. They talked about immigration. They even talked about Bitcoin, which is something that you don't normally hear, in the mainstream media. So they can laugh at this if they want to, but the bottom line is Democrats shouldn't be laughing and should be focusing on why he has $200 million that they're going to spend on 2,600 field organizers knocking on doors. 2,600 is a very large amount, to be having folks out there pushing their message. And so they should absolutely be concerned.
Taz, I agree with you 100%. And I think it's strange that they would bring so much attention to his Twitter space by talking about the glitch. But I didn't see anybody pushing back on the things that you just said. Like, they should be presenting their policies after you hear Ron DeSantis present his for an hour. I don't hear none of that. Everybody's just trying to clown him for the glitch, but all you're doing is bringing attention to all of the things that you just said.
Now, like Ted said, they're laughing and they're joking about the small things, but the things that they should be talking about, they're not discussing. And it seems like, especially with the Democratic Party, that's what it always happens.
Yeah, tell me what y'all doing. Ron just told us what he's doing for an hour. Tell me what y'all doing.
That's
Instead
right.
Of telling me about his glitch.
And it's not funny, okay, it's all jokes and, Biden sending out, hey, this link works, let's donate. No, squash that. Like, real stuff substantive stuff, Charlamagne, seriously. And when you compare DeSantis to Trump, which people have heard this many times before, DeSantis actually knows how to govern. He's actually, he was able to present receipts. And when I say know how to govern, I'm not saying I agree with his policies. I'm saying he knows how to work around the system. He knows how to get things done, even if I completely disagree. And he laid out all of those receipts. So when you compare him to Trump, it is night and day as far as substance is concerned. And it's some stuff that is, some stuff that people really need to be concerned about. And I'm going to put this on the record again, Charlamagne. I've said this before. I would love to see a versus. How can we get a versus? How do we use our platforms to discuss these issues? What are we going to do to have something modern, to have something to say, hey, let's have some Black conservatives, some Black liberals, whatever, people of color, whatever y'all want to call it nowadays, to actually inform our people to have these discussions. We cannot continue to keep depending on 60-second clips and funny jokes and Instagram without strapping people with the information that they need to know. So I want to put it on the record at the Breakfast Club, Timberland. Let's do this for the culture. Let's educate our folks. We are here in the 50th anniversary of hip hop. We have major platforms, and the only way that people seem to use hip hop is music and fun and games and getting out to vote. And we've got to educate our folks. That's my get it off your chest for today.
Man, Taz, I agree with you because you represent the constituents. You're not on the right. You're not on the left. All you want is information. You sat there and listened to that Twitter space yesterday, and you got information. And I don't see the other side, the Democrats, presenting no alternate information. They should have been presenting alternate information immediately to what DeSantis said. Because whether they want to believe it or not, this is campaign season. They're gonna be in a fight next year.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, Tesla, we appreciate you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And make sure you check out the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast from Tesla and Figueroa on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network.
All right. And everybody else, when we come back, Tony Lewis Sr. and Tony Lewis Jr. will be joining us. Now, the brother Tony Lewis Sr. did 34 years in prison, but finally was released from with help from his son. And we'll talk about it when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.